This video has been made possible by Rebusfarm, the professional render service. Hey guys, my name is Mike Hermes and welcome to my channel. Well guys, if you're anything like me, then you hate rules, okay? And when you're into 3D modeling, there are a lot of rules you need to follow, right? As far as edge flow, concern, n-gons, pipeline, workflow, all that kind of stuff, right? But after all, you are an artist and you want to be creative once in a while, right? So what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to model something that just pops into my head, and I'm just going to go with it, right? And I'm just going to make a high poly model. I'm not going to UV it or anything. I just want to see where that will bring me. And the purpose of that is if you start to model without any preparation at all, you would pretty likely paint yourself into a corner at some point. And this is a good exercise to see how you can get out of that corner, okay? So that's the whole intention of the video, so hope you like it. And that said, let's get started. Here we go. Okay guys, well here we go. So every once in a while I want to do a model where I do not have any preparation at all. No idea what it's going to look like, no concept art, no reference images, nothing. And the reason for that is when you are modeling this way, then you kind of unconsciously have to model with proper flow and so forth. And by having no preparation, you sometimes paint yourself into a corner and have to figure out how to get out of it. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to model a Gladiator helmet. That's the only thing I know. I don't know what it's going to look like, but we'll find out. So here we go. All right. So I'm going to start with a polygon sphere, and we'll just cut that in half. So I'm going to right click and go to face, drag, select, and delete that. There we go. And then I'm going to jump in and I'm going to right click, go to edge, and select that part, hit Control E to extrude, hit W to pull down, and we're going to start to pull that down in a certain way. So I got that. I'm going to look at it from the back and I'm going to flare this out a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit R to kind of flare that, G to repeat, W to pull down, and try to get sections that are roughly the same size. And again, R to scale out, G to repeat, W to pull down, and R to scale out. One more time, G to repeat, W to pull down, and R to scale out. Okay, so that's what we have so far. Okay, not bad. Then what we're going to do is we are going to take this edge in the middle here all the way through. Should go all the way through, and if not, then we'll help it a little. There we go. We're going to go under the modeling menu to edit mesh and the bevel, and then we'll increase that fraction a bit like so. And then what we'll do is we'll start somewhere around here, right click face, select that and shift select that, Control E to extrude, pull on the thickness, there we go. Let's not go nuts on that. That's about right. We're going to hit R to flare that out like so, which kind of looks like a classic comb, if you will. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add some subdivision there, so we can kind of tweak it. So we're going to go to insert edge loop, we'll do multiple, and we'll do, let's do 3. There we go. Hit Q on your keyboard, double click on that edge and hit R and push it in. Double click on that one. Yep. Make sure you have the entire edge. And there you go. just to tweak that shape a bit. Okay, now we're going to want to put an edge loop in here as well, so let's set that to manual setting. We'll do, actually that's multiple, and that's one of the cool things. We'll keep that. I'm going to right click at a face, and we're going to select these face rows, Control E to extrude, 0.1, that's a bit much, 0.05, that's better, that's okay. So we got that. Let's repeat that at the bottom here. So we're gonna put that in here, hit Q on a keyboard, right click face, Control E, so, ooh, 0.05, that's a bit better, yeah. So we got that. Okay, and now let's start dealing with the front section here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take that face in the middle, Control E to extrude, W to pull down. That's going to be our nose plate, or whatever you want to call it. Okay, I got that face selected, so I'm going to hit R to scale that out like so, and then we're going to go to Insert Edge Loop option box, single setting, and put one edge straight through the middle. That's not good. Straight. Am I on 2 or am I on 1? Not quite sure why that's going on. Let's try 2. That's better. Okay. Hit Q on my keyboard. I'm gonna right click and go to vertex, and then I'm going to drag select these vertices, hit W and pull them out. Okay, so that will be my nose divide there. Then for the eye elements, what I'll do is I will right click and go to this face, and then skip 2 at that end. I go to that face, Control E to extrude, W to pull down, and we'll pull that down to about there. And then what we'll do is we'll trying to create something here. Hang on. We'll just go back. What we'll do is we will take this face and change the orientation. So let's close this out. We're gonna double click on this guy, and we're gonna go from world to object orientation. And bring that into a point pretty much. And do the same here. They look okay. Let's see, yeah. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go to Insert Edge Loop option box, single setting. We'll do an edge loop up here. Let's do that, and then we'll do one here, like so. Hit Q on your keyboard, and then we'll hit G to repeat. Come on. We'll do one, let's see, one up here. Yeah, we'll do one there. And then we need to have a look from, that's not good, from this view. Yeah, we'll work it out. I want that to be right there. Okay. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go in. We're going to right click at a face, and we're going to delete that face. Go over here, delete that face, go in here, delete that one, and take that and delete that one. And then we're going to go in and we're going to right click at an edge. And we're going to take 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Go up to edit mesh and bridge, option box, linear path and bridge. Something's wrong here, don't know what. I probably have too many. Yeah, there you go, I got too many edges selected, I guess. Let's try that again. Mesh bridge, option box. I'll just go to reset settings. What's it saying? Oh, it's across equal number of border edges. Okay, so looks like I don't have the same number of borders. That's probably because of this guy here. Just give me a sec, guys. It's all part of the process, if you know what I mean. Hopefully I did this correctly. What we'll find out. No. Looks like there's a little problem there. So what we'll do is go back, Control Z. And it's probably because of that edge up there. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll go into insert edge loop, still at single setting, that's fine. We'll put one in there, put one in there. Let's make them equal if we can. All right, now let's try that little trick again, and now it should work. We're going to delete that one. We're going to delete that one. Right click edge. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. Okay, cool. So we're going to do the same over here. Delete it and delete it. Edge 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and a G to repeat last command. Okay, that looks pretty cool. Just to tweak it a little bit, what we can do is take this edge and bring it down a bit if we like. Hit R. Okay, that looks pretty cool. We just need to do that. All right, so now that we got that, let's see if we can smooth this guy out. This will require a lot of edges to keep it shaped, but let's do a quick preview here. So okay, need to do a lot of stuff. First I'm going to save out the scene. So let's call this helmet, just to be safe. There we go. Let's give it a sec. All right, now we're gonna throw in a bunch of edge loops. So here we go. We're gonna add one up here. we're going to add one here. All the areas where I expect to have the shape changed in ways I don't want it to change. So that looks alright. I want these guys to stay as they are. So that's 1 and that's 2. Obviously my nose here, we'll do one up here. It's very important to keep that shape of the eyes. So one up here and one here. Now keep in mind, this is just about the modeling, so we're not going to worry about the poly count, we're not going to UV, we're not going to texture. It's just to get a sense of, you know, what you run into when you're in your modeling process. Okay, so let's just keep on going here. And as soon as we find that we're not 100% symmetrical, that usually means that we forgot one somewhere. That looks cool, that looks okay. Alright, so this is what we're going to do. So instead of preview mesh, we're going to go to mesh and smooth. Let's see, yeah, nice. Then we're going to add a color ID to it, just so we can apply more than one material. So what we'll do there is we will right click on a face, and we're going to hit shift period to increase that selection. That looks fine. And then we're going to, come on, select that as well and hit shift period. Take this one and this one. Let's see what we got here. I don't want that. I'm just going to hit 4 for wireframe mode so I can see it a bit better. So that's cool. Okay, 5 for shaded mode. We're going to right click assign new material. Let's do a Lambert. And we'll change that to, doesn't really matter, any color, it's fine. Then we're going to take this big thing on top here, and what we'll do is we'll right click at a face. Hopefully it's not running all the way through, and it's not. So let's see if we can do it this way. No, we cannot. So we'll have to select it differently. Let's try that again. Just trying to get as much as possible in one selection. Looks like we need to do a little bit of manual work here. All right, assign the material, Lambert. Alright guys, that's it. So we're gonna right click at object mode, we're gonna select it, we're gonna go to file, export selection, option box. I'll save it out as an FBX and export selection. I'll go to my desktop and we'll call this helmet FBX. There we go. And export selection. And then we're going to jump into Photoshop. Not Photoshop, KeyShot, sorry. Hang on. Okay guys, we're in KeyShot. So we're going to go to File and we're going to go to Import. And here's my helmet. And it should bring in my colors, and it did. Cool. Now I want the helmet to be metal, obviously. But I'm thinking about maybe... I don't know, brass. Let's have a look. Not that type of brass. Let's see if we can get just basic polished brass. Doesn't look too great, but maybe we can add a texture. Let's first change the lighting a little bit. That usually helps. Okay, so let's go to our background. I'm going to take a studio background and let's do this. Okay, and then we're going to go to environment, and probably going to have something indoors. Let's play around with this a little bit until we find something that looks okay. That's getting pretty close. All right, let's bump up the quality a little bit. We'll do full simulation. Still not too happy about that gold texture, so let's go back to materials. We'll go to metal. Let's try something steel here, and this is brushed steel. And what we can do there is go to double click on our material, and then we will let's see. We'll go to the scale. Just detailing that a little bit. And let's see if we can tweak it a little bit by altering this. Gives a little bit of a iron look or older or whatnot. Okay. So that's good. I'm just going to go back and go to basic mode for a sec, just to be able to keep our system going. Now I want this here to be a different color, so let's see what we got. Let's see, well, I don't know, let's try gold, why not? Let's do a 24 karat gold. That works. And then up here, we don't really have the option to use anything like feathers, but let's see if we can work with velvet maybe. That's actually not bad. Let's just double click on that, and let's see if we can tweak that a little bit. And what we'll do is we will just trying to see what we can do here. No, we're not going to do that. It's sitting on the ground, so I'm going to take my entire model and we're just going to move that up. All right, and let's play a little bit with our lighting. So actually let's go to texturing first. I think this this section here is a bit too smooth, so let's actually let's put an opacity map on that. Let's see how that works. 40%. That's a bit much. Let's do 15%. Sorry, going the wrong way. Let's do 70%. Hang on. Yeah, and then let's go into our textures here. And let's see if we can find something. We'll do this guy. We'll bring that in. We'll apply it as a bump map. Not too happy with the opacity. Let's get rid of that. So we've got our bump map. Let's zoom in and have a look. So let's look at the scale here. Let's rough that up a little bit. Yeah, that works. Just playing around a little bit with the settings, as you can see. So this is pretty close to where I want to be. So let's tweak the lighting and let's see what we can do here. Try a few. Ah, nice. Yes, 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 yes. I like that. I like that blue. Okay, so this is what we are going to go for. I'm going to go to my render settings. Actually, let's make sure we got this setting correctly. Full simulation. We'll turn off caustics. And then we're going to set this up. I'm going to do 1920 by 1080, 300 dpi. That's fine. And I'm going to hit render. I'll pause the video. See you guys when it's done. Okay guys, here we go. Here's our final render. You know, considering the amount of time we spent on it as far as texturing and modeling is concerned, I think it looks okay. And you know, it's especially a lot of fun to do. So I encourage you to do that. Don't worry too much about, you know, your edge flow and your poly count. Just once in a while be creative and see, you know, what pops up. All right. So that said, thank you guys for watching as always, and if you have any questions, let me know. If you want to join the MH Tutorials Hangout and Chat group, you will find a link below. And that said, I'd love to see you guys next time. Bye.